Ready to get started? Already have some fun?
Yes.
So, first and foremost, again, thanks everybody for showing up. Again, this is just us pouring into our community, pouring into our loved ones, trying to get a little bit of information that we have and pass it to you. If we can help somebody with just a little bit of something, it's going to be well worth it. So, without further ado, we're gonna rock and roll. So this is our workshop on growing your business using social media. Karen, I know you've been rocking with us from the very, 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 very beginning. So, we picked up some things along the way. And again, we're very humbled to do this. So we're not going to try to hold everybody too long. Just want to get into this quick presentation. We're not supposed to technically ask questions or take questions, but y'all family. So, we're going to take some questions. This isn't the last one we're going to do. We're going to do plenty more of these. But we're just going to scratch the surface level today and really get into it. So without further ado, welcome everybody to the workshop, Growing Your Business Using Social Media. All right, so to start us off, we're going to start with chapter 1. We're going to get into 3 chapters today, starting off with chapter 1. Most importantly, without doing anything, you have to build your community. That's most important when you're trying to establish a business on social media and when you're trying to grow your business on social media. That's something that we struggled with at the very, very beginning. And it kind of took us to about from year 2 to year 3 to really understand that, okay, hey, we're not just adding everybody. We need to add and focus on followers that are within our tribe, that share similar interests, that are like-minded. Black business clique, business, right? So that's what we wanted to focus on. So it took a little bit of time, but this is going to be chapter 1, building that out. So I want to start with, before you even jump on social media and you figure out what you want to do, you got to have a goal in mind. What's your destination? Where do you want to go? Because it's easy to just jump on social media, spin your wheels. And in doing so, you're going to waste time. You're going to waste money. You're going to waste effort. And that's what we don't want to do. Time is money. At the end of the day, we all got bills to pay. And we want to make sure that we go about it the right way in order to do so. So always take a step back and really just kind of figure out, okay, what am I doing this for? What do I want to accomplish? What do I want to do? So am I utilizing social media for my business to grow a community? Do I want to be around like-minded people? Am I on there to educate? Or am I on there just to sell my products and services? You have to start there. Once you start there, then you could take it to the next step. Let me let somebody in. One sec. Okay.
And the luxury of that is you can always do this, right? I know some of you have been operating your businesses for years. And so it's always nice to take a step back and kind of look at the bigger picture and revisit some things that maybe you had set out to do originally, or just in general, across the different times you may be in a different place. And so you always want to revisit those original goals that you set out and set out new goals each quarter. I mean, we always want to do that.
Totally. And not just for business, and everything that we do. So define your goals, figure out what it is that you want to do. Let's come up with a plan and let's hit that plan. Listen, we don't have to, oftentimes we take on large projects and we think we got to complete everything all at once. You got to count the small blessings, you have to count your small wins. Just a little bit goes a long way. I'd rather take a million little steps forward and get to my goal at the end of the day than procrastinate and go about it the wrong way. So absolutely make sure that you have your goal. All right. So once you have that aligned and you have a good understanding, profile optimization is extremely important. And again, this is something that it took us a little while to kind of get a good grasp on, okay, how should our profile look? Do we want our grid to kind of only be one big picture? Because we do promotion for a lot of different people. So it's kind of hard to go that route. So the purpose of your profile being optimized is, at the end of the day, you want to be able to not only attract, but you want to obtain your followers, right? People want to know more about you. And it all begins with your bio. What's in your bio? When people come there, your bio should be able to indicate, okay, who you are, what you do, why should they follow you? What does your brand have to offer? These are all things that should be right there, easy to read, easy to access. So if you look below, when you look at our profile and how our profile is optimized, first thing you know, who we are, we're Black Business Clique. What do? We promote Black business. Again, who we are, we're husband and wife, as you can see right here. You have a couple of characters that you want to utilize, right? So with that, we wanted to squeeze in, we have a big brunch coming up, the Black Business Brunch. We can make sure that that's in there as well, because that's something that we're pushing. A lot of time, a lot of money, a lot of effort is going into that brunch, and we want to make sure that it's a success. So in order to make sure that people can get there, you put your link in that bio. Everybody should have a link in their profile. Even if it's a link tree, you want to make the sale easy for people at the end of the day. So when they come to that profile, it's easy for them to navigate and figure out what it is that they want to do. So even with our colors, right? You see the hearts there. Everything has to color code. Everything should match. It's all about branding at the end of the day. So, you know, some pointers that you could utilize too is put in your custom hashtag. We didn't have enough space in there, but that's something that we thought about doing as well. Black Business Clique, or excuse me, hashtag Black Business Clique. A call to action. Every post should not only have a call to action, but your profile should have a call to action as well. What does that mean? Hey, drop a comment below. Hey, click right here to check out this article. Hey, click this link right here to go to the Black Business Clique brunch. Things of that nature. And then in addition, just your overall profile, your profile picture. If it was more of a personalized page, it would be a picture of myself and my wife. But this is our brand. You know what I mean? We don't just represent us, we represent you guys as well. So we're always gonna most likely keep our logo as our profile picture. But at the end of the day, you guys know it's G and Tina. That's who's behind this machine. So make sure that you have that logo. Your name, I'm really big on that because it should be easy to pronounce. It should be easy to read, but most importantly, it should be easy to search. We want to make our job, we want to make not only our jobs easy, but if people are trying to search it, we want to make that easy too. A quick tip, what you can do is put in what you do into your title. You know, if you haven't done so already, because if we were to search Black, if you search Black Business Clique, Black's going to pop up. Most likely we're going to pop up because of the SEO, because of the name that we have in place. You want to jump in? Anything particular sticking out when it comes to profile optimization?
If you look at our profile, ours have a lot of characters, hearts and stuff. You don't have to use that. That takes up a lot of additional space that you can use for other things. So yeah, you want it to look nice, you know, aesthetically, but it's about the business. And you really want to use those few characters that you have to your advantage and make sure people are aware of all the products and services that you have, if you can, especially for those of you that have different things going on. Also, he talked about the link, right? I think that that's crucial because with the link, as you see, we have our link tree. Linktree allows you to have, I don't know how many links on one website, basically. So we chose our Linktree, and then that way we can add all of you guys to our Linktree, and then all the other businesses that we're affiliates for, and all these other dope things that we have going on. So if you don't have a Linktree, I'd suggest you either check out Linktree or some of their competitors. If there's other websites that you can use too, but use something that allows you to group a bunch of different links so that way you can have all your social medias in one place with your website, along with whatever else you want to include. If there's some other businesses that you are affiliate for, and maybe some of your customers or followers can benefit from clicking your link, and then maybe you get a commission. Include that stuff all there in your link tree. So when people click your link, it's a super easy way to find all the other things that you're connected to.
And being an affiliate, that's a cheat code. That's a real cheat code. We'll probably get into that for another workshop or another day, but that's a huge cheat code. But don't sleep on the importance of highlights and utilizing your highlights the right way. We see that oftentimes. People don't even utilize their highlights. That's one of the things that Tina always says, is that your profile is going to speak for you when you can't speak for yourself. You got people going in and out of your social media. So you want to make it a one-stop shop. So we like to offer free game. It's Friday, right? So we want to give this information back to you, so you know what we do. If you click on free game, there's going to be some information for you to take in that you can apply to your own business. We sell merch, our BBC shirts. You see them right here. We want to make sure that we have a tab. Every time somebody posts in our shirt, it's going to go into that highlight. We got shirts all across the globe. So that's something that you always want to do. But most importantly, if you have testimonials,
Right.
real people, real results, that's what people want to see at the end of the day. Any testimonials that you can get and that you can accumulate, put them in that highlights. That's so important. But again, I don't want to spend too much time here, but you want to make sure again that when they come to your profile, they know exactly who you are, what you do, and the value that you add.
And any frequently asked questions.
Mm-hmm.
If people ask you similar questions a lot, make sure you include those too. And then that way people can kind of decide for themselves. For us, what we do is business to business. For some people, it's business to consumer. As you guys know, businesses, it takes a lot longer for us to decide when we want to move forward with things. So for us, it's important that we have everything laid out. Mm-hmm. And if you do that for your consumer, it's just going to make it that much easier for them to decide that they want to purchase. So make sure you definitely use those highlights to your advantage. If you look at it, highlights is right under that bio. That's one of the first things that people see. Again, it speaks for you when you're not able to speak for you and your brand.
Awesome. And then we have a quick tip. We like to call it a click tip. At the end of the day, our goal is to utilize social media for what it is, to grow our followings, to research our followers, research our customers, learn more about who they are. But at the end of the day, take them off of social media and put them on our own platform. So utilize social media for what it is, but we can move forward. All right, so now this is really important. This is something that, I asked a question about this some weeks ago. It's how do you find your audience? Again, this is something that we struggled with early on. We just thought followers were followers. Who cares what it is, what they do, who they are? No, I don't care if you have 1 follower, 10 followers, 100, 1,000, 10,000, a million, whatever it is. That person should be relevant to what it is that you do. They should be in line with what it is that you offer, whether a product or a service. So again, with Black Business Clique, it took us, it sounds as silly as it is, we needed to focus on business owners, and it took us a long time to realize that because we were all over the place when we first started. But our niche is business owners, entrepreneurs, investors. So moving forward, that's what we focus on. So you got to know who your target audience is, who they are, what do they look like, and where are they congregating? Where are they meeting? How do we find them? So for us, again, let's say if you're, not even for us, but let's say if you're a personal trainer, your followers shouldn't be foodies, fast food, Mexican food. That doesn't necessarily align.
It could.
In a certain way, but most likely it ain't gonna align. If you selling eyelashes, you shouldn't be following plumbers. You know what I mean? It don't make sense. So again, you want to find people that align. So for us, because we focus on business owners and entrepreneurs, we're looking at networking events. We're looking at meetups. We're looking at pop-ups. We're looking and following coaches, because that's going to point us in the direction of who can utilize our services the best. This is where the business owners reside. So that's where we're going to attack. Okay. Anything?
No, keep it moving. We're good.
Right.
Do anybody have any questions? 1 second. Anybody have any questions? I know we're not supposed to take questions, but I figured maybe.
I just wanted to ask, will this PowerPoint or this display, this presentation be made available to us?
Yeah, we'll probably end up putting it on our Gumroad account.
Okay.
But yeah, we're recording it, so we're gonna do something with it. At the end of the day, we don't know what, but it's gonna be somewhere.
Awesome, thank you.
Okay, awesome. So now that we have our profile optimized, our profile is looking good. We know exactly where our target audience is, and we know how to find them. But now what? Content creation is king. I did a story with I Am Terry because he's somebody that's really big in content. I follow Todd Capital. We're in his mastermind. He's really big on content. Content creation is how now you draw the people in. Content is extremely important. And oftentimes, and this is something that we struggle with all the time. Hold on 1 second, let somebody in. A meeting will end in 10 minutes. Oh, Lord. Okay, we'll come back to that. But content creation is king. Oftentimes people focus so much on the likes. How many likes do we have? How many likes am I getting? Likes are cool, but that's not gonna make the sale at the end of the day. What you want to focus on is your content shareable and is it savable? That's what's important. Those are the metrics that you should be looking at when you're looking at your insight, because that means people's consuming it, they're holding on to it, and they're going to utilize it for later. You know what I mean? So what I like to kind of put that into is the 3 E's. Before we post anything, we're going to look and say, hey, does this post educate somebody? Is it entertaining at the end of the day? And is it empowering? If it checks all those posts, okay, let's fire it out. And one of the things that I learned is that one post can change your life. All it takes is one of your posts to go viral, and who knows what can happen from there. I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all heard of Super Scent. Super Scent, that's Babe homegirl. You know, she put her product off, she took off, made $1 million in a day. It's very possible if you have the right product.
It is.
All right, so we get the question all the time. Hey, how did you get to 10K? How did you get to 10K? We weren't just aiming for 10K at the end of the day. We want to go far and beyond that. We want to hit 20, we want to hit 50, we want to hit 100. We're not in a rush to get there. We want to go about it the right way. But the reason why, you got to have a why in place. What is your why? Why do you want to hit the number of followers that you have in mind? For us, it's because we know that the bigger our following, the larger our following, the more impact that we can have at the end of the day. And if we're servicing our clients, the biggest following that we have will be able to pour back into you. So the bigger that we are, the bigger that you're going to be as well, and vice versa. You got to know your why. Your why has to be very, very, very important. So again, we want to make sure that we hit that reach. We want to give exposure to our clients. And then once you hit 10K, I'll be honest with you, since we hit 10K, the credibility has gone through the roof. We hold a lot of weight when we go to these conferences. We hold a lot of weight when we go to these different events. They're like, oh my God, how'd you do that? We're like, oh no, we just followed the script, stayed on the road, and found like-minded people and added value at the end of the day. And then also it creates more opportunities when you have more followers as well. So really take that into consideration. It's a marathon, it's not a sprint. We didn't do this, and oftentimes you hear people say, oh, I did this in a week. Nah, this took a couple of years because we want to do it the right way and make sure that we're adding the right people. So a few tips. I'll jump into a couple of tips. I know time is of the essence. So one of the things that helped us get there, how did we get there, was one, our engagement. Engaging is so crucial. So oftentimes you might take a post, hey, you have a couple of people that like it, okay, cool, I'm on to the next one. Every person that likes that post, you need to engage with them. Every person that comments on that post, you need to engage with them. Collaboration is huge. That was a big part of which got us to that hump. And that's going on IG Lives with other business owners. That's doing reels and collaborations with others. That's going to these different mixers. That's going to these different events. There's power in networking. So the more that you get out there in front of your brand, that's going to allow you to do so. We talked about paying influencers. That's huge. If someone has a bigger following than us and their post aligns with what we do, we're going to pay them for marketing as well. Just what we do.
And that don't always work out
It does
in
not.
your favor.
Especially not from a sales perspective. A lot of people think if you pay them, you're going to get automatic sales. It don't work like that. But
and just because you have 10,000 followers don't mean you're going to make $10,000 either.
Mm-mm.
So it's definitely strategy.
Mm-hmm. But use it to your advantage. So I want to give y'all a quick cheat code, and this is something that we learned through Meek. If you pay to boost your posts, you can all go through Facebook, go through Instagram, and boost whatever post that you want to do. The cheat code that we learned is that when you're putting the dollar amount on there and you're putting the duration of that boost on there, maximize that boost the duration of 30 days, but also maximize how much money that you're going to spend. Usually we'll go into like, oh, we'll throw 40 here, we'll throw 30 here, we'll throw 40 here. But if you put that you're going to spend $1,000 over or $10,000 over a 30-day period, it's not going to take that whole amount right off the gate. It might take $20 here. It might take another 20 the next day, but then you have the opportunity to pause it. So once you hit those insights and you hit that growth, you hit that following and it grows and you hit that reach, just go ahead and pause it, save it for later, or jump into the next one so you don't have to spend that whole amount. All right. So now that you have, your followers, and now that you have the people that's paying attention, what are you doing? It's keeping everybody engaged. When we started this, Karen, I mean, you could speak to this. Our posts was all over the place. We didn't know if we wanted to be funny. We didn't know if we wanted to offer business. We didn't know if we wanted to do promo. We were a little bit of everywhere. So it was kind of hard to focus in on one thing. But what we always wanted to do was provide value and add value to everybody. We wanted to give people a reason to follow us. So you have to take your followers on a journey. Take them on a ride with you. Let them grow with you. And that's one of the things that we wanted to perfect. And that's something that we learned from Nikki Saunders, just following it and taking in her content. We want you to grow just like we grow. And this is one of the ways how we do it. Continue to educate, continue to add value. I don't want to hold anybody hostage at the end of the day. We want to keep learning. We want to keep growing. We invest in ourselves so we can give that information back to you. So yeah, we always want to make sure that. So look into mentorships, look into any type of education, any type of courses, any type of workshops, continue to invest, learn something, apply it to your business, and somebody's going to take something away from that as well. And then don't be afraid to own it. You know, it takes 10,000 hours to master something, which is roughly 417 days. I'm pretty sure all of us has been in business more than 417 days. So that will put us in a master of what we do. Own it. I'm gonna let everybody know I'm an expert in when it comes to this marketing and when it comes to promotion and when it comes to building relationships and building rapport with Black businesses. That's what I do. And that's something that I love to do. So I'm not afraid to own that. I want to be an expert in my lane. So when people think of Black business, you think of me and Tina, you think of Black Business Clique. When you think of content creation and you think of promotion, you think of Black Business Clique. And I'm gonna own that and I'm gonna stand on that. And I definitely advise everybody to do the same. All right. So here's, what's most important as well, right? So you applied everything, you got your profile optimized, you know who your target audience is, you're going after them, your content is fire. Now we got to convert your followers into customers. So how do we do that? Oftentimes people are going to tell you, well, look at the numbers. Look at this. If you do this amount of reach out, you're going to get this many people. If you have this many amount of followers, you're going to have this many people convert. Take all the data away. Focus on the relationship. Focus on building that rapport. If you don't have a relationship, people are going to come to your page, they're going to leave your page. They're going to come to your page, they're going to leave your page. But if you actually get to know the person and you actually have a genuine interest in what they're doing and they have a genuine interest in what you do and you add value, they add value, build that relationship. Take time to learn everybody. I know everybody's name on here. We have a relationship. I believe in your brand, just like I'm assuming that you guys believe in me and Tina's brand. Relationships is everything. Because also, if we're not in the room, I feel that you guys will speak highly of what it is that we do and vice versa. So always continue on focusing on those relationships. But a few little tidbits that we want to add in here, and there's no particular order, how to convert your followers into customers. But again, let people know what you're selling. Let people know what you're doing. We like to go off the 80-20 rule. 80% of the time of our posts, we want to make sure that we're adding value, we're teaching, but that 20% we're selling. If you're not selling and no one knows what you're doing, you're not going to get any sales at the end of the day. Hold on, we got somebody trying to jump in. You got to hurry up. And then on top of that, you want to share content that helps people. That's the biggest thing. If your content isn't helping people, why are they going to buy from you? So again, that goes back to adding value. Those testimonials are huge. Real people, real results. And then I like you guys probably see it in my ad, in a lot of our ads and our posting when we're making our sales, but there's power in FOMO, fear of missing out. So make sure that people know that, hey, listen, this isn't going to be around long. We might have a flash sale. The sale might last for the next couple of people. The sale might last for the next 5 or 10 people. But you got to make sure you have some fear behind that. Let them know. It's the same thing with Black Business Clique. We can't take on 1 million clients. It's only me and Tina. So when we have room for 1 or 2 more people, we're going to put it out there. I wish we can take on 100 people, but at the end of the day, we can't, because that's going to limit us and we're not going to be able to add as much value as we like. So make sure that, again, you have that in place. You want to make sure that every post has a call to action, whether that's a comment below, drop a 100, check the link in my bio, look into affiliate programs. But most importantly, once you have all the necessary information, once you have your emails, you want to create a funnel. We're going to get into that later. I'm not going to get into that right now because that's too much game and that's going to take a long time. But I'm going to stop sharing because this call is